They charged a destroyer that wasn't there. Four Venezuelan patrol boats, radio silent, sprinted toward what they thought was easy prey, only to meet the Eisenhower's full carrier strike group. In the next minutes, radar nets stitched a kill box, MH-60. Our eyes went live, and a warning flare cut the dark at 900 yards. How does outdated, shore-fed radar data turn a chest thump into a near-suicide run, and why did the US hold fire? Stay, because this is how layered defense and ROE stop a spark from becoming war. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
Venezuela's defense minister inspected air defense systems and warned Washington about any attempt to overthrow the government. Cast on Venezuelan TV, as government media reports countrywide military exercises amid growing tension with the US, signed into law a new national defense framework to integrate civilian and military forces.
They chased a ghost. A shore console drew a neat icon, a lone destroyer on a straight line, and that was enough. Four patrol boats left Puerto Cabello under radio silence, heavy machine guns covered, tube launchers strapped down, riding a plan built on last night's bearings and a grid that never moved. But the ocean moved. The carrier group reset in the dark, escorts sliding to fresh stations the way chess pieces reset after a break. A bounce from an old shore radar turned spray and side lobe clutter into a clean contact, and the overnight plot hardened into belief. Echo became target. Target became mission. The mismatch showed fast. Small craft with 12.7 mm teeth and 73 mm punches pushed toward a wall of sensors and discipline. Aegis-class radars soaked the horizon. MH-60 our crews scanned sea lanes and wakes. In the Eisenhower CIC, watchstanders tied surface search, ESM, and data links into one track picture. The screen had layers. The boats had nerve. Threat mirroring did the rest. They assumed the destroyer would hold course and speed, because that's what they had to do to make time and fuel. They projected their limits onto a fleet built to shift at will. By the time the bearings drifted, they called it drift, not movement. A tight beat now. The lead boat surges past 40 knots, spray hard off the bow. Off to starboard, two gray hulls ease into a wedge, silent on the radio, loud on the plot. Bearing lines close. Range ticks down. No one on the boats asks why a single ship casts so many side shadows. Integrated sensors trimmed the doubt. Each knot of closure made the data links clearer, not noisier, as radars, passive ears, and shared tracks fused and filtered.
This, the order must be activated for integral defense commands to be established, structured, and put to work in order to be prepared. Integral defense commands that bring together all public institutions of the Venezuelan state, the military, and all popular power must be activated.
Despite a build-up of US naval forces in the region that Washington says is part of what it describes as its war on drugs.
Meanwhile, fatigue and weather clutter worked the other side. Old sets ashore fattened small echoes, and radio silence felt safe while it killed verification. An MH-60R drops low. The feed clears the lie. It's the carrier's core, not a straggler. They've crossed into the outer screen. Now the problem is distance, not ID, and how far you let them run under ROE before you spark heat. You're the TAO. A fast mover is inside a mile. Do you throw the first punch, or hold to the book? Your screen is tight. Your headset is hot. One call changes the night. Gravely and Mason slide into a protective wedge, bows slightly offset, wake lines crossing like a gate. Philippine Sea watches the far arc, quiet but ready, wide sensors sweeping the sector. Fire control radars sit on the edge, warmed but not barking. ROE is simple: deter, confirm, defend. Range collapses. A gunner twitches on a mount. A slight swing of a barrel, a hand on a charging handle, and heart spike. One wrong burst lights the whole screen. Aircrew spool. Somebody's 20-second mistake becomes a week of headlines. You climb the ladder by the numbers. First the hail, clear and specific, on guard and bridge to bridge. No answer. Then the warn, lights, siren, loud hailer call. Still closing. Flares next, non-lethal, undeniable. If that fails, warning shots off the bow to mark the line. Only then, lethal fire in self-defense. Each step buys seconds and proof. The kill box is layered, not loud. Outer ring is air and MH-60 RIs, tracking wakes and heat. Mid-range is ship sensors, surface search, ESM, links, feeding a fused plot. Inner ring is guns and CIWS, short, brutal, final. The carrier sits behind steel and logic. At roughly 900 yards, Mason throws a green flare. It arcs clean, bright, and speaks for itself. The headset crackle stops. Engines on the lead boat sag as throttles ease back. This discipline rests on a core rule: separate sensing from shooting. One console marks tracks, another controls weapons, and a human bridges the two, so a bad cursor doesn't become a missile. Twist the lens. State media will sell a pushback victory. The logs will show the group stayed more than 80 miles off their coast. Truth bends after contact. Boats peel away. No shots. No injuries. Silence holds. The doctrine works when people do. The lesson isn't hardware alone. It's cadence, comms, and ROE. Next time, the ocean will hide a different mistake. Will you catch it? Static intel fails fast. The ocean moves, and a disciplined network buys time. ROE turns that time into space, seconds to hail, warn, and stop a bad shot from becoming a war. That's the real currency at knife range. What would you do at 900 yards, hold or fire? Comment your choice below. If you want more hard, tactical breakdowns, subscribe. We'll dig into how carrier screens reconfigure with weather and threat axis, and why that adaptability decides outcomes. The ocean hides mistakes. Winners verify before they shoot, and shoot only when they must. Because the next contact won't look the same, but the cadence still matters.